Ori and the Blind Forest transports you to a magical forest controlled by a guardian tree from which Ori, its guardian spirit, was born. During a great storm, Ori is blown from her home and abandoned to the wilds. With Ori gone, the tree is weak to the evil spirits of the forest and begins to die. So Ori must return and defeat this evil to bring the forest back to life. At first glance, Ori and the Blind Forest is a classic 2D platformer, tasking you with traversing a map, solving problems and dealing with threats. However, Ori's complexity has never been seen in this genre before, adding depth to every aspect of the game. The level scheme, soundtrack, art design and story are almost transcendent, elevating what could have been a fun platformer into a work of art. The story is a great example of this. A fantastical forest full of elemental powers and a guardian tree is by no means an original concept. However, from this basic concept, Moon Studios managed to create a narrative with incredible emotional and thematic depth, dealing with ideas and concepts I would have thought too complex for this genre before playing this game. The narrative focus is clear from the opening, establishing Ori and the bear-like creature Naru, who adopts her after she is blown from her home. Just this opening sequence is an emotional roller coaster, demonstrating the immense love these two characters develop and the overwhelming heartbreak they share when the forest begins to die. This narrative focus is blended seamlessly into the gameplay also. When Ori first sets out on her journey, she is very weak, and so her abilities reflect that. However, as you progress, the game quickly develops your skill set, ramping up the difficulty significantly as it does so. This balance creates a satisfying feeling of becoming more powerful while still consistently being challenged. A large part of the game's challenge comes from its fascinating level design, which frequently presents incredibly difficult platforming challenges for Ori to overcome. These sequences require some patience, often needing many retries to complete as you figure out the best strategy or approach. Tying the poignancy of the narrative and the challenge of the gameplay together is the game's stunning art and sound design. The art design is often breathtaking, transforming a 2D space into a fully realised and immersive world. The visual aesthetic reflects the tone of the game impeccably, demonstrating the fantasy of the world without alienating the pathos of the narrative. The soundtrack is similarly impressive, always reflecting the dramatic tone of the moment while also offering the game a grandeur and beauty that could only be accomplished with music. Ori and the Blind Forest is wonderful in the word's truest sense, a game that fills you with wonder as you explore its fantastical and beautifully designed world, while also offering a flawlessly crafted emotional narrative with all the gameplay depth and challenge you could ever want from a 2D platformer. Join the discussion in the comments below, or tweet me at Baz Mac.